Hello, welcome to my channel, Sewing at Home Mom. I'm Alice, and today I would like to show you how to take in waist on jeans, especially when you have that gap in the back and it really doesn't look right and it doesn't look good and it's just super annoying. So I'm gonna show you a quick way how to take that in. What you will need to do this alteration is ruler, chalk or marker, sewing thread, and a needle. You might need a threader, and instead of thread I like to use an embroidery floss, something like that, because it is stronger and it keeps things in place, so the seam shouldn't break due to the thread being too thin, and scissors for cutting the thread later on. So when you put your pants on and you see how much you need to take that in, just that little part, the little gap that sticks on the back of your booty. So this is the part that we want to take that in. This is the amount I need to take in, and that is about 1 inch on each side. So 1 inch over here, 1 inch on the other side. So from here to here. Gonna mark that in, remove the safety pin. Let's double check the amount. And yes, that is about 2 inches. So now I will be drawing a line from this point to this point, and then from that point to that point. Okay? So get yourself a ruler. I have a fabric marker, so after pressing it with an iron, the ink should disappear. But you can use a chalk or something that will not stain your pens. Okay, so that's one line, and then the other line. So from zero, from that point here, that you know all these double stitches meet, from that point up. Okay, so that's what I have now. So this is a regular thread, and you can see the difference. This is very thin and this is much thicker. Okay? If you don't have an embroidery floss, don't worry about it. Just use regular sewing thread, or you can use a dental floss, that works too. When you're using regular sewing thread, I would recommend to double it. That will make it stronger. Needle, threader. I have my embroidery floss. I have the needle with the threader in the eye of the needle. I'm gonna get the embroidery floss through the threader. Now pull to thread the needle. That's it. Nice and quick. I will make a sewing knot at the end of the thread, only on one end, just one. Okay, that's my knot. And I will start sewing from the top going down. So I will be not touching the belt loop. I will be sewing right next to it. So that line, and right underneath the belt loop, like right next to it, and hiding my seam next to the double stitch. And then on the other side, same thing, very close to the double stitch. So first thing, I insert the needle from the inside to hide the knot, and then I will go across very close to the belt loop, across and pull, and then down to bring the needle up, pull, down again. And now instead of inserting the needle back to the other side, what I will do, I will insert it, and I will follow the line that I drew, and I will bring the needle right up. And I like to keep these stitches short, because the bigger you get them, the more visible the seam will show later on. So if you keep them nice and small, you're not gonna see much seam. And then I'll go across, down and up. Okay, sometimes it gets tangled, don't worry, be gentle. Keep pulling. And down. Across. So when you reach the thicker part of seam, it becomes a little bit trickier, but don't worry if you have to poke the needle back to the other side, pull, go down, bring it back up, pull, go to the other side, poke it out, bring it down, just like that. So bring the needle back up. Make sure you're staying within a straight line, like that. And then again, down, just like that, down and up. And up. Very close to the edge of that other seam. Okay, my thread got a little bit twisted, but don't worry about that. Okay. I'd like to mention that you can start pulling on that thread before reaching the bottom, no problem. Just wanted for you to see that ladder that it's created. It's going from the top and gradually decreasing, going down. So now let's pull on the thread and see what happens. That's why you need a strong embroidery floss, so it will not break when you pull on it. Okay. Yeah, it could be tricky. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that looks perfect. Okay. Can pull on it a little bit more. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Now take that needle and bring it back to the left side. Okay, pull on it a little bit more and make a knot. And to make a knot, it's just grab a little bit of fabric, pull through it, make a loop, get the needle through the loop, pull, do that one more time, pull it through the loop. Okay, and this one's done. Now bring the needle back inside the double stitch. Just poke it anywhere away from that knot, and now it's safe to cut. And now I'm gonna do the other side. So I will do exactly the same, and I'm gonna skip that part and get back with you once I'm done to show you what to do next. Okay, so I'm almost done stitching the other side. Okay, beautiful, very nice. Okay, so I'll bring the needle back to the other side, to the wrong side of the jeans. Poke it, pull it. Okay. Work this out. that little dart that we just made. So it looks like that. Again, I'm going to make the knot to keep that stitch nice and tight and in place. Okay, so now you can leave it just like that, but the chances are that this part will be rubbing on your back. You're not gonna like that. It's gonna be bulky and hard to the touch. So what I recommend is to take a iron and press it down to smooth it out, and then it's not gonna be as hard. And another step is to put piece of interfacing, like a fabric on one side with the adhesive on one side, and then glue it on top of that to keep it nice and smooth. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I got my ironing board and I got my pants on the ironing board. Get that flat as much as you can. Let's get these guys out of the way and get your iron on the cotton settings if your jeans are cotton. So make sure you've got the proper iron settings and just press it down from inside, especially because you remember that's the side that will be touching your skin and it can irritate the skin. So press it down. Let's flip that. Press it on the other side as well. On the right side. Okay. And another option is to apply in like interfacing. It's a type of fabric with glue, like adhesive on one side and then smooth on the other side. So I'm just gonna quickly see how much of it I will need. I don't need that much, just to cover this part. I'm just eyeballing it. I mean, you shouldn't. You should measure that, but I'm trying to make that fast, kind of give you an idea what I'm talking about. So when you work with interfacing, it's important to have something to cover that, because if I touch the interfacing with a hot iron, it's gonna stick to the iron rather to your jeans. So I have that on. Let's make sure that's nicely covered, especially the waistband area. And then I'm gonna apply some fabric to it on top. So that's gonna stay for a few washes. If it's good quality interfacing, it should stay much longer. But if it's not such a good quality, it could come out in a wash after just a few washes. I don't know how many washes, so I can't tell you that. So let's see. Let's look how I did. Yeah, the interfacing is nicely on. And let's take a look how I did. Oh, that looks gorgeous. That looks perfect. Can't tell? Can you tell that these jeans are altered? That the alteration is done on the waist? I mean, it's temporary, so the beauty of this alteration is that you can go back. There is nothing permanently cut out. So if you have to go back and remove the stitching to get your waist back as it was before, you can do that easily with this sewing hack, because there is no permanent alteration done. So that's a beautiful thing. If you like this alteration, if you like this sewing tutorial, please like my video, share it, and subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.